Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive 717. I am back with another video. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. So I just wanted to welcome the new subscribers before I dig into the reading, and just to thank those of you who have been with me and who have been growing with me on the channel. I appreciate you guys so much. Shout out to the Patreon family. If you guys aren't on Patreon, don't be afraid to check me out. There's tons more content on there for you guys to view. And I do offer personal readings. If you guys are interested, right now I'm doing a 20% off discount. So you guys go to wizio.com and use the code Equinox20. And yeah, it gets you 20% off. I think I'm going to continue doing personal readings until the end of October. And then I'm going to close them off for a bit so that way I can focus on readings. I feel that for the masculine collective, like as much as the divine feminines are awakening to more of their spiritual gifts, the divine masculines are as well. So I just wanted to provide some insights on what you guys can just really look out for the next coming months. Okay, so yeah, sit down, get comfortable, and yeah, just tune in. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being patient with me, and thank you for all of the love on the last video. Those of you who have been sending in donations, you have been extremely generous, and I just want to really thank you guys for just being here with me on this channel. It's been a while and I feel things shifting, and yeah, it's getting crazy. You know, normally I don't like share a lot on the karmic energy, but I've been getting such deep messages about karmic situations and really supporting the divine masculine collective. I feel for many of the masculines, you know, they're going through a lot of deep spiritual lessons, you know, but the great thing about that is that there is this level of awakening that's happening as well. You know, many of us on the journey who have, you know, been through a lot of tower moments, or who are, you know, watching these readings, or who are tarot readers ourselves, or just anyone who's just more tuned into the ascension. I feel like we're, you know, getting a lot of downloads, and it's just getting deeper and deeper. Is what I'm feeling. And I've had a lot of pent up energy. I've been spending zero time as well, just like feeling on the go, and having it, like feeling this need to just get stuff done. Like I've been trying to shift away from that feeling, and really just calm myself and do more of the things that I love and that I enjoy, because self-care is a really big thing right now. I know in the last video I shared a lot with the divine masculines about just little things, you know, like drinking and making sure that they're keeping a straight head around like company, and putting a lot of focus and emphasis on a lot of projects that they want to get off the ground. Okay, because I'm getting for many masculines, they are piecing things together. Okay, many of the masculines are very intuitive, and how they're starting to know this is like they're starting to see that a lot of their vices or addictions, it's teaching them something, you know. And many of your masculines are, or any of the masculines tuned in and listening, you know, you guys are really good gamblers and that's not by accident. And I feel that many of you have spent quite a bit of time knowing exactly how to put money into your hands, but nowadays you feel like you're being guided to do more with that. And many of you, like growing up as kids, or even just having deep insights now that you may not be talking to anyone about, it has a lot to do with serving humanity or helping in some way. Many masculines are really drawn to justice, creating like peace on earth, but doing it through a means of like having justice, standing up for other people, advocating for other people. Many of the divine feminines as well have experienced these energies as well come through. Many of you are taking care of yourselves in this way, divine feminine, where you're pursuing your own passions on top of, you know, working your jobs and having your financial abundance steady and flowing. A lot of you are having like the courage and the strength and finding the extra energy to take on extra hobbies, dust old skills off and really put them to use, whether it's through volunteer work or just getting more involved in like your community. And I feel like there's this cleansing that's happening, and although many of you are experiencing things happening on the outside with your twin flame counterpart that has to do with, let's say, romantic sides of the journey. So let's say it's triggering you guys in a way where you can't be together romantically, or you see them being with other people, or they see you being with other people, because many divine feminines are in situations where they're just not quite there at the point where they're able to let go, or they're ready to let go and be on their own. And it's triggering for the masculines as well, but they're beginning to understand and see, and from the divine feminine's perspective, about how this journey takes time. You have to invest in yourself. And that takes a lot of work. Like, in order to invest in yourself, you have to start with self-love. You have to start telling yourself, like, you deserve to have good things. You deserve to have good relationships. And I feel like for the masculines, the feminines are really, really triggering this lesson for them right now, because the way the divine masculines see you, feminine, is it's like a mixed ball of feelings, where it's like they're very just much into you. It's like a schoolboy with a crush on, the girl in school that in his eyes, it's like she's perfect. It's like that very innocent, euphoric type of love. But it's shifting in a way that's even deeper, because now, and I've talked about this in past readings, but the divine masculine views the feminine at times as like a mentor. And you know what? It's that song. That you guys know that old song, "She's everything you want, she's everything you need, she's everything inside of you that you wish you could be." So it's that song, okay? And take it vice versa. He's everything you want, or she's everything you want. However the energy sits with you and how it resonates at this time. I mean, this could very well be your energy that's being picked up on here. But it's like your counterpart, for some reason, just makes you want to not only be the better version of yourself, but help other people to do that as well. And it's really awakening this like inner strength within the divine masculine. Okay, so I'm just going to dig into their energy and see what's coming up here, because a lot of them are longing for you, missing you. Yeah, as I cut the deck in half, I see the strength card, okay? And I feel like many of them are embodying the strength card by like taking time out for themselves a little bit, okay? Because in order to have strength on this journey, guys, many of you are starting to see that you have to take care of yourselves. Self-love means like respecting your body, putting the right things into your body, saying no to people and having healthy boundaries, knowing when you need to spend time alone. And the more that you do that and spend time alone, I see the Ten of Cups here as well. I feel many masculines just want the opportunity, or they just want a shot at like being with the divine feminine, or reaching out to her, or being close to her, or speaking some kind of truth to her, because it almost feels like this freedom in their heart. It's like the more they are around the divine feminine, the more their heart cracks open, to the point where they're spending less time being so involved with like material things. So let's say your masculine is a really good gambler, or he's very persuasive, or just very on the ball, you know what I mean? Very like magician-like energy. He's now contemplating, like, especially after spending enough time with the divine feminine, like, how does he use that skill for good? How does he use it for his highest good? And the Ten of Cups makes me feel like he's falling even more in love with the divine feminine because of this type of energy that's like, I don't know, it's just making him want to do big things, I guess, is what I'm getting from that. And I think that many of your masculines know that they're capable of doing that. But for some reason, it just has to do with this divine feminine, being around her, being with her, going towards her in some way. And this is why I think in the past readings that I've done, I've been picking up on this distracted feeling with the masculines. And I feel that many of them are just wanting to move towards you to like reconcile. But this time around, it's like Ten of Cups energy, which is, I'm going to just tell you whatever it is I have to tell you, because I just have a feeling that that's just what I'm supposed to be doing in order for us to move things to the next level. So many of you might be having conversations coming up with your masculines, or meeting up with them, and they're starting to be a lot more vulnerable when it comes to telling you what's going on in their lives and why it is they're feeling blocked, or why it is they can't come towards you. Many of them are wanting to, like, I don't know why I'm getting this message, but many of them are wanting to tell the divine feminines like how they were raised, and like how people around them are, and how they don't think it's right. Like, many of you might be different races or different cultures, and like your masculine just feels so different from the people around him. Like he's a very inclusive person. Like I think that many of your masculines have like a big heart for humanity, but sometimes the kind of people they're caught up with and involved with, they've got to like put on this like mask in order to like fit into that group of people there. And the reason I feel that is because it's like, where else would they go? Like they don't really know anyone else except the divine feminine who understands like who they really truly are at the core. If they were to express this side of them to, like around these types of family members, it's almost like they would be like considered like a laughing stock or like an outsider or whatever. Sorry guys, that's my tummy growling. I'm like patiently waiting to have dinner soon, but I had to get these messages out. But anyways, the Justice card is coming up because this is what your masculine is about, you know. And the more he kind of goes on with this whole idea of living life for other people, like the karmic situations too are shedding a lot of light towards the masculine. So if they are repeating cycles, guys, or if you see them kind of bouncing around or going in and out of karmic situations, whether it's partnerships, jobs, attachment to certain family members or to certain groups, or you guys know what I mean, like certain habits, it's part of their learning curve and it's part of their learning process. And what I'm getting with the Justice card is like not to worry, because I feel like your masculine knows what he's doing. So it's like, not that any of the feminines are really like worried about it. I think that you guys are just kind of more curious, because it's like you feel your counterpart on this journey. They're a huge part of your learning too, divine feminine. So it's like you guys are always drawn to each other. And I think that separation also, like if you guys have been experiencing it, because of the Strength card here, like it's coming to an end. Like I feel this force of the divine masculines wanting to move towards the feminine. And the reason he feels that force is because there's this like strength in him that says, I dare somebody to say something. Like I dare somebody to challenge me and ask me where it is I'm going, or tell me that I can't go. That's what he's feeling. Okay. And I have a feeling it has a lot to do with the feminine. So I don't want to drag this reading on. I want it to be kind of direct and to the point. But what does he want to say to you, divine feminine? Like he's rushing towards you. What's in his heart and in his mind? Because I feel a lot of passion as well. Many of you might be getting like a lot of sexual energy. You might just kind of have this knowing on the inside that whatever is orchestrated right now or whatever's happening, I feel like the divine feminines refuse to be provoked. You know, it's like you guys are just like kind of like, I don't know, like just walking away smirking, like ain't nobody got time for that type of energy, and just kind of laughing to yourselves. Because I think that with the divine feminines, like you guys are smirking or really kind of like being very sultry and seductive, because you know that it's like this power within you, this energy within you is yours to be had. And I think that I see many of you just kind of like celebrating who it is you are and being patient with this journey, because although there are illusions going on the outside, I feel like what other people on the outside who are maybe trying to provoke you don't quite understand is your ability to be intuitive, your ability to be twin-intuitive, or maybe to know exactly what's going on with your masculine. So it's like you remain unprovoked, because it's like it doesn't matter what's going on the outside. It doesn't matter what game of chess people are playing on the outside. Your heart and your mind tell you exactly what's going on. And I feel like many feminines trust their heart and minds more than they trust what other people are doing or might be orchestrate. You know, it's like you guys are just kind of keeping your distance, you know, watching from the sidelines, popping your popcorn, sipping your tea, having your wine, you know, however you guys want to spin it. But that's just really what's going on here. And I feel like outside energies that are trying to provoke the connection, or just like on a deeper spiritual level, really trying to stop a lot of like the justice that's wanting to occur on the planet by the twins coming together, especially with like that 10 of cups and the strength, right? Like I swear these are like exactly a lot of like the reasons why twins connect. It's because the planet needs it right now. It needs this type of like force between two people to come together, because I'm telling you guys, these masculines are really starting to see that they are magicians, and a lot of them are just kind of like getting fed up with like the material stuff. Like I feel like it's just shiny stuff, and it's like at the end of the day, like you know, you can play with toys all you want, but like at some point it just kind of gets boring. And so what many masculines are doing is like tapping into where there's disconnect in their karmic situations, right? So if it's in a partnership, there's a disconnect in that partnership because they can't connect that like strong sense of like being of service to others with this other person. Because if this other person's like, what? Be of service to what? Like, no, like, let, you know, like they have like really nasty attitudes towards like vulnerable populations is what I'm getting, and that's really triggering for your masculines, okay? And if it's a job situation, that's like a karmic energy keeping your person, like they're starting to see that they're just not aligned with this company's values, morals, attitudes, and they're just feeling like there's got to be something more out there. Like I've got to be contributing to society on a more spiritual level. Many of them are gaining this type of drive, okay? But anyway, sorry, let me just get back to messages that they really want to send towards the feminine. Okay, those are way too many. But yeah, what I was going to say too is like a lot of you might be picking up on sexual energy coming through as well, because like wanting to just come and see you, like it's remember that ball of feelings too I was talking about? Like it's really just like wanting to embrace the feminine. Like I hear the masculine saying like everything you were talking about, you were right. And I don't know why we keep going through this, but it's driving me insane. And so, you know, it's like their connection gets deeper and deeper. So what does he want to tell you, divine feminines? Okay, so at the top of the deck, we have the Four of the Wands. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to flash these cards too much, guys, but we've got the Tower card and the Four of Wands, if you guys know what that looks like with the Tarot of Sexual Magic. But I feel like the Tower card is coming up here because, you know, many of the masculines are experiencing this type of fear, you know. If you guys look here and you see, you know, there's a man with a woman, which I'm covering, but there's a man with an axe in the background kind of moving towards him. And I feel like many of your masculines, they can't help it, okay? They know it's a spiritual journey, but they can't help the romantic feelings that they feel towards the feminine. They love you the way that two opposite energies love each other. They're protective of you. And the thought of you being out there and, I don't know, maybe even possibly single, divine feminine, maybe even celibate. Like if you've been celibate, divine feminine, it's driving them insane. It's driving them absolutely insane to think about you. And I feel like what's provoking them, or maybe what you guys may not know or understand, or I shouldn't say understand, sorry I said that. I don't know if that came off as like condescending, but what you guys may not know or like see is that your masculine's karmic might very well know about their connection with you. And like, I feel like jealous thoughts are like lower vibrational thoughts. And like, I'm not shading the karmic or anything. I feel like their purpose is here to help teach us some of the darker lessons on this journey, and some of the light ones too. But a lot of the, you know, triggering ends up coming from karmic situations. But I feel like the karmic is like feeding the divine masculine like thoughts to make him feel jealous, you know, and take that however it resonates. I'm not going to get into what that might sound like. But it's kind of like making him feel like, okay, it doesn't make me feel repelled from her. It makes me want to go after her. And that's why I always feel like any type of energy the karmic ends up sending out to provoke, I keep getting that key word, just ends up kind of like coming right back, you know? So that's what's happening, guys. A lot of Tower moments, the divine masculine's feeling this like disconnect with whatever situation they're in, and the only thing that makes sense to them right now is the divine feminine, okay? And the Four of Wands here, I'm not going to flash that one too much either, but they're on a swing and they're very naked. But, you know, I feel like I get the song Sexual Healing, and that's what's just coming up there for that card, okay? The Four of Wands really indicates stability with someone that you just feel really, really good with, particularly in this deck, okay? And I feel like the reason that they're on the swing represents a level of freedom that the divine masculine feels with the feminine. There's a lot of meaning behind her as well, sitting on top of his lap. And what I get from that is allowing him to be in control, yet she's still assuming a dominant position by sitting on top. All right, so he really craves that energy a lot. All right, guys, so I hope this reading finds you well. Again, I'm going to continue to try to catch up as much as I can. I probably will shut down personal readings for November. I haven't like fully decided yet. But if you guys are interested, I'm doing 20% off right now on Wizio.com. You can use the code Equinox20. It gets you 20% off. It's valid until the end of October. So hit me up for a personal reading. If you guys are also interested, join me over on Patreon. When you guys subscribe for the month, you actually get access to all of the content that I've posted there for each tier, just even for the month, if you guys want to check it out and check out the crew and the community. And you also have access to message me directly, and it takes me a few days to get back. But yeah, I do get back to you by personal message over on Patreon. So I'd love to communicate with you guys and support you in any way that I can. Otherwise, I hope that you enjoyed these readings, and I will definitely try my best to continue just to flood the feed with a lot of the messages I've been getting, because yeah, they have been intense. All right, I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. And also, before I end off, you know, every single one of you who sent me a message on my kind of MIA moment, thank you so much for reaching out. It means the world to me. Okay, you guys know who you are. All right, I love you guys. Take care, and we'll speak soon. Bye.